why do people fail? What are the 3 biggest reasons that people fail? We're going to look at that today in the bite-sized training, and how to change that. How can you stop moving on this hamster wheel of sameness, where you set a goal and you start on your journey moving towards it, and then end up going 2 steps back. Okay, so let me tell you, the number one reason why most people fail, or why people are failing, is because they're failing to plan. Okay, so what is it? Failure to plan, or prepare to fail, or what is it? Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. There we go. And it's so true. So when you are deciding, okay, this is what I want, then you need a plan in place. And the very first stage of that plan has got to be desire. Okay, so yes, okay, you might have an idea that you want to, I don't know, set up a new business, and you have a great idea, and okay, this is what I'm going to do. But then, are you connecting your desire? Okay, so why do you want to do that? Is it because you heard that there's good money in it, or is it because somebody else is doing it, or is it because you have a deep desire to do it? So connect in with yourself. And often people move into, and I'm just taking work for an example, but often people can move into a new role or decide to study something because they hear that there's good money in it, or, something along those lines, when actually they don't have a deep desire to do that work. So the minute that the going gets tough, you're just going to give up. Because there's no desire there. There's no real deep desire. Whereas if you choose to do something that you love, which is something that you have a deep desire to do, that you'd almost do it for free, you do it on a voluntary scale, then you know that you can do it on the tough days, that you can connect to that deep desire. And often the desire is connected to your why. Okay, so why do I want to do this? So for example, if you're starting your own business, it could be, well, because I want to be there for the children. I don't want to be in a 9 to 5. I want the freedom to move around and choose my hours. So that's your why, and that's deep. That's really, really essential, to connect in with your why and acknowledge your reason for choosing the goal that you are choosing. But there has to be a desire for that service that you are doing as well. It has to bring you enjoyment. It has to feel like fun to you. Because if you don't have that desire and that connection to it, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and then when it gets tough, it's gonna be very easy to say, you know what, I'm actually gonna change my mind, and maybe I'm gonna do something else instead. And there's your 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So make sure when you are moving towards a new goal that you can connect a deep desire to it. Okay, so I wanted, for my work, for example, why did I want to become a hypnotherapist? Because I went to a hypnotherapist myself, and he helped me to give up smoking. And for me, it was super, super powerful after not being able to stop on my own for years and years, and with all of the help and all of the willpower. I thought, my God, I want to do this for other people. So I had that emotional attachment. I had that deep desire to learn hypnotherapy and to help other people to move forward in their lives. So when the training got tough, or when I started out in business and I was finding it challenging to get clients, or when I had to do the sales and marketing part, which I really disliked in the beginning, I could connect back and say, why the hell are you doing this, Nora? And I could say, because I want to help other people, because I want to support others to make changes. And it kept me going, and it will keep you going too when you connect back. and get emotionally involved in it. And like anything you do in your daily life, if you don't mix emotion with your thoughts, you're not making change. So thoughts mixed with emotions then determine what actions you're going to take every day. So the thoughts aren't good enough, on their own. The affirmations aren't good enough on their own. You have to get emotionally attached, get emotionally involved, think about the words that you're saying, enjoy them, really feel what it is that you're saying, because that's how you change your actions. And then structure. What structures do you have in place? Okay, so if you have a big goal, our Dreamcatchers is all about big goals. We don't want small goals. Now, of course, you chunk them down into bite-sized pieces, but your goal should be big. It should be a dream goal, one that you don't know how you're going to achieve. So if you decide, say, for example, that, yes, I'm starting a new business and this is what I'm going to do, what structures do you have in place? And now I'm not on about the strategic structures. Okay, you'll always have a to-do list to do in business, set up a company, choose a name, get a website, promote, all of that. That's part and parcel of starting your business, but that's not what is going to bring you success or failure. It's what practices do you have in place to use your mind to bring in that success. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you get up in the morning, what's your mindset like? How are you speaking to yourself? Are you getting up in the morning? Maybe you're getting up early because you want to work before the kids get up, and you're getting up and you're thinking, oh, I hate getting up early. Well, guess where your mindset is? It's in lack, and it's you're not feeling good. But you control your mind, and you can change those thoughts simply by choosing to change them. So when you're getting up in the morning, you get up and you decide to say, now of course the old program is going to say, oh, I don't like mornings. But you just say, no, change. And use the thoughts that you want to use. Oh, I get to work on my business this morning. I get 45 minutes now of peace and quiet with a cup of tea. Or whatever it is, I'm so grateful to be able to get up. I'm so grateful for the heat in the house that allows me to get up in a warm house. Whatever it is for you, choose your thoughts. Be strategic about the way that you're speaking to yourself first thing when you get up in the morning. And use your mind from a space of gratitude and abundance, because that's what's going to bring in the results. Any goals, whether it's in life or business, you will get more of what you put out there. But if you're in a space of lack, if you're finding business hard, or if you're finding reaching for your goals, whatever that is, it's going to be hard. So how do you make it easy? First, you make it easy by changing your thoughts. That's where it has to start. That's where everything starts. So consciously choose to think in a better way. Ask yourself the right questions in the morning. I forgot my words there. Journal on them. Journal on everything you're grateful for in your life. Journal on everything that's going right in your business. What's going right? What have you got done? What steps have you achieved already? And really train your mind to come from a space of abundance rather than lack, because that will bring you in the results much faster than simply, doing the strategy that you have to do, setting up the name, setting up the website. It's all immaterial if you are not getting results that you want in your business or life. And then number 3, which I've already touched on a few minutes ago, is the why. Why are we doing everything that we're doing in our lives? So often we're short-term thinkers. We always just think of the day. We get up in the morning, we have to do A, B, C, D, and then at 6 p.m. or 7 or 8 p.m. we just get to chill out. and turn off. And then the next day it starts again, the next day it starts again. And that's literally your hamster wheel. Okay, so there's no big changes. And that can be fine if you don't have big goals. But if you have big goals and you want to make big changes, it comes from within. So it comes from asking yourself and connecting with your why and your values. You know, these are all the real basic steps to success. So what are your values? If I ask you, what are your values? So, I mean, if you'd have asked me 6 years ago, I'd have been like, what are my values? I'm not actually 100% sure. Now, my values, I mean, definitely up there, number one, integrity, freedom, honesty, family. You know, that I am so sure of what my values are in life. And when you connect those, when you look at your why, okay, why, what's my why in life? And my why, we should all have a sentence, actually. I do it in my membership group with all of the members. Everybody has their why. My why is to inspire others to stand in their truth and own their power so that the world becomes a more connected space. And that's not just me in business, that's me in personal life, that's me, that's just who I am. I'm a helper. I like to help others. I like to serve others. I do it in integrity, and this is where all the values come in. So there's no point me going into a role, say helping people who don't want to be helped, for example, because there's my value of freedom. So when you're connecting to the work that you do, when you're connecting to the relationships that you have, when you're connecting to every aspect of your life, are they in line with your values? And if they're not, you will often see incongruencies and issues popping up in that area of your life. So have your know what your values are, know what your why is, know why you get up in the morning, know why you're on this path. You know, have a think about that. Why do you do what you do? And often it can come back to family, you know, connection, freedom. It's often in alignment with your values. So your values will come into your why, and vice versa. They're all interconnected. And when you have those vital seedlings, because they're the very basic ingredients for growth, when you have those, then you can look at, okay, what's my desire? When I know all this about myself, what's my desire? What do I want? And then when you have that in place, when you know and you're all fired up and you know what your goal is and you're bloody going for it and that's it, when you have that deep anchor and that deep desire, then you can put the steps in place. Well, how do I do this? How do I choose to get up in the morning? How do I choose to speak to myself and control my thoughts so that I can feel good, knowing that the primary law is the law of vibration. And if I feel good, then that's what I'm going to receive. And that's success right there. That's how you succeed. That is how you bring in the results. And that's the important stuff. But often people decide, you know, they want to do something and maybe they even have this big desire and they jump into it, and then maybe they realise after 5 years of training that they're in this job that's like 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. and they're like, okay, so my number one value is freedom. What the hell am I doing here? And they get this realisation that, oh shit, this isn't what I wanted. And then that there's a lot of going backwards and change to get back on track. Whereas if you start at the beginning, connect within first, know what you want first, align with it, know your values, know your why, and then build your goal and then put a plan in place, a mindset plan. Yes, there will always be action, but it has to be aligned action. And in my program, my one-to-ones, aligned action is always last. It's last on the list because that action has to come from a space of intuition, a space of knowing, a space of being. And when you act from that area and that space, you get results. You get the results that you desire, you get them quickly. People will say you're lucky, but you know it's because you planted those seedlings, that you used the correct ingredients for growth in your life and for setting your goals. So there it is in this mini training session. In a nutshell, they're the biggest reasons that people fail, because they're not starting from within. They're not looking within first and connecting and building the goal from that space. And instead they're jumping in and doing. And then it's like, why am I not getting the results? Why am I not getting the results that I desire? And that is why. So I invite you today to connect within and ask yourself, journal on it. Just spend a couple of minutes. What are my values? What is my why? Am I on the correct path based on those simple ingredients? Am I choosing and working on my mindset before all else? Am I controlling my thoughts? Because if you don't control your thoughts will control you. And we all get caught up in negative thinking. It's part of life. It's actually how your brain is designed. So it takes work, it takes effort to switch it up and to rewire those neural pathways in the brain, but you absolutely can do it. And without a doubt, it is the number one, without any doubt, number one thing that you must do to succeed in anything in life. It's the mind. Absolutely the mind. Aligned action is way down there in the last 28%. And for anyone who is watching this, if you are interested in looking at your goals and how to build your goals for success and how to achieve those goals with ease, I'm going to be sharing a lot more in a full-on masterclass. So what I'm going to do is pop the link for that above so that you can have a look and see if it's in alignment with you, and if you're ready to start achieving your goals with greater ease, then sign up for this free training, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to just gently guide you along that path that I speak about, along that journey towards success. So have a fabulous day. If you've any questions, pop them below. I will be checking in. I'll be answering them all. And have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous week. Go and be awesome and go and smash those goals. Talk soon.